This is the shore on 88.4 and the waves keep crushing in. So today with a grindcore band from Singapore, Wormrot. Their existence since 2007 and they have been since touring the US, EU and some European squads. So I'm live here in the Cassiopeia with Wormrot.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Would you like to introduce yourself and what you're playing?
Hi, my name is Rashid and I play the guitars.
Arif on vocals.
Vijesh on drums.
So this is your second time in Berlin,
Is it our second time?
or no?
It's the fourth time, so.
The fourth time. So, how's life in Singapore?
So far, for the past 5 years, we've been working. We've been concentrating on our personal lives. Arif had a family. He just got married. Then he had a baby. He had a house. For me, myself, I just keep writing. I write the songs. Then during that time, we all practice together, write the songs for voices, and then recorded it and release it last year. Last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Singapore is really rich city-state, and it's really fresh and clean. And some people call it nanny state. So, how is life there as a grindcore punk?
I mean, you can play grindcore anywhere. I mean, in a third world country or just a regular country, it doesn't matter. I mean, different people have different kind of culture, so they are comfortable with the rules and regulation in Singapore, but still manage to adapt to genre grindcore. I mean, it's just music, so everyone can do everything. So there's no restrictions in Singapore about music, I guess.
So you wrote a song about Indonesia, the punk scene.
Yeah.
Was that about the oppression of the?
Nah.
No.
Nah. That song is totally about our very first tour in Indonesia, and we had so much fun, and it's all about unity in Indonesia. Nothing negative. Everything is positive.
Most of the time, it's the songs are about what we experience on tour, or with our lives.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily political. It's just our tour diary or our diary.
Yeah. So every album we put out is somewhat like a diary. So there's ups and downs in life. You cannot be everything is positive. So yeah.
I read a lot in your lyrics. You're swearing a lot.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
when that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that isn't there like you wrote a song on free speech?
Yeah.
I love the song. It's called
Freedom to it.
Principle of Puppet Warfare.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there problems with free speech in
That's
Indonesia?
basically not about free speech. It's about, I mean, we are forced to be in the military. So in Singapore, it's a compulsory thing to be serving the nation when you reach a certain age, like 18 years old. Some really happy about it, and some really disagree about the whole situation. Because for my case, I don't really find army interesting, so it's kind of waste my time and all that, because I have other better things to do instead of the army. So basically we are forced, but there's a positive and a negative effect if you are joining the army in Singapore. So
Not saying that there is freedom of speech in Singapore.
no, it's not about speech, it's freedom of speech at all. So yeah, as you know, Singapore has so many rules and regulations, so a freedom of speech is basically almost non-existent. So yeah.
But the Singapore is the third biggest export country of military.
Are we? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
of weaponry.
I believe it.
For the most of the states. Do you have? How do you define yourself as a grind band? I read in your lyrics a lot of just like swearing and just like just more normal stuff, as you said, tour stuff. But is there a big political scene, and are you in this scene, like the German grindcore bands? Some of them are really political and anti-war and.
We are. I can safely say that we are not a political band because we couldn't care less. But it's pretty redundant to talk about political stuff because everyone is doing it in the grindcore genre. But we tried to do something more meaningful to the album, get more personalized with the album. Like Rashid mentioned, it's always about touring stuff or our life experience and all that, not because of politics stuff. It's just not our thing. So we are not in the political scene, whatever. We're just regular human beings playing grindcore music, that's all.
Cool.
Yeah.
So there's a song I do you mind talking about your songs? I mean, but your lyrics, it's the butthole song. Butt Creek is sharing.
Okay.
What's that about? Is that about whoring or no?
Nothing about political at all.
No.
It's just some local black metal show I went to in Singapore, and he was doing with the cops paint and everything, looking all fierce. But when he bends down and played the guitar, he was wearing a pink underwear. So hence why the butt creek is showing is kind of a tribute to that S. So there's nothing serious or nothing political about our music. It's maybe someone just read the titles and thinking that we are a political band, whatever. But if you really read the lyrics, it's nothing really serious. It's just us having fun and what we see in our lives. That's all. Yeah.
Is everybody of you owning a car?
No. You mean back home in Singapore?
Yeah.
Or anywhere else? No. Of course not. No.
Is it?
No, I don't.
It's too expensive in Singapore. It's crazy. If you own a car, means that you are well-to-do kind of person. But nah, it's just too expensive. We would rather prefer taking public transports. It's way cheaper and easier to access.
So, and do you live in public housing?
Yeah, we live in a flat. He lives in a condominium.
I live in a flat.
How was your?
Sorry.
So what else are you doing? Are you just full time? Can you be full time musicians in
I don't
Singapore?
think so. I don't think we can.
If you teach, yes. If you teach music.
Are you all music
as
teachers?
As a wormrot, I don't think we can do full time musicians.
Only myself.
Yeah. He's a drum teacher, so he does music for living. But as for us, it's just regular 9 to 5 day jobs or 7 to 7 day job back home. Yeah. Apart from that, touring, making money, nah, not really. But we have bills to pay back home, so touring is not enough, and we have our day jobs to support us. monthly. Yeah.
What you doing?
I work in a warehouse.
I'm a driver for a bakery, and he's a musician.
Yeah.
And you're the manager? Yeah. So, what did you sign the contract to Arachne
No.
Records?
They signed the contract.
They signed.
Yeah. I
with
just do
them.
the paperwork and all that. Yeah.
So, are you happy with the tour and the catering here in the Cassiopeia?
Of course. Yeah, it's been great. It's been a great tour. Yeah. Everything is like, maybe it's just European hospitality. Everything is like, there's food to eat, dinner, there's accommodation. Everything is handled by the promoter and it's very superb.
So far, there's no complaints.
Yeah.
No complaints.
So far, so good.
What's your favorite bands at the moment? What are you listening to in the stereo?
You go first.
I don't know, man. I don't listen to like current music. I'm always late, so I always listen to like old albums. I'm right now listening to Grimes and Paramore. Yeah.
As for me, I kind of dig this band called Alcest. It's not grindcore at all. It's just relaxing music. Still metal, but it's easy to digest. So you can't listen to loud music every day. You would go crazy. But recently I just got into this band. It's really good band. Alcest.
I've been listening to a lot of Aborted. It's their drummer is actually my idol, Ken Bidian, and as well as another band called Dimension Zero. It's Gothenburg, Swedish. Yeah, that's about it for now.
Yeah, I did talk to the singer of Aborted.
Oh, okay. Sven, right?
Yeah, he's got blonde. And
I thought he's bald.
no, that's the singer. No,
Okay.
the singers.
Yeah, you meant the drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you know any Berlin bands?
No, maybe I do, but
Out of touch.
I can't remember where they're from.
Sometimes we know the bands, but we don't know where they are from.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't even know whether they are from US or from Europe. So, but we recognize the band.
How do you entertain yourself on tour?
Sleep.
Sleep, wake up, go on stage
Yeah.
again.
I have my wife with me, so
I read a book.
such boring people.
Yeah.
Yes, is tour life boring on that conversation? I didn't. Do you give often radio interviews?
Radio interviews.
Usually we have like one radio interview or two during every tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first radio
Yes.
interview? Yeah, first radio interview.
Actually got one at
Which one?
the two guys.
Oh, that one is radio, student radio.
Yeah.
Student
What university?
University radio.
This is like public radio, but we are the only ones who can play grindcore radio on daytime. Do you, is there any? I saw a documentary yesterday about to commemorate the death in a wake, and then you burn for them brass or things they would need in hell.
Oh,
Oh.
there's the Chinese
Yeah.
Chinese tradition or is there? I don't know.
Is it Taoist?
Yeah, but we don't do that.
But none of us are Chinese,
Chinese.
and none of us are Taoist.
Yes.
And can you speak Cantonese?
No.
No,
Only
I don't.
swear word. No.
Other than that, no. Can't speak that.
We are not Chinese.
No, but it's so
no, because-
multicultural.
Yeah, some.
Oh yeah, your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
But we can't. My dad can, but we can't. Yeah.
Are you Tamil?
No.
No,
No.
we're Malays.
We're Malays.
Which actually is-
I'm Indian actually.
Indian.
I speak Hindi.
Do you have do you go often to the States? Is that because no? Well, you have lots of fans in the States, no?
We played two
Twice.
tours before.
Yeah.
Two tours in US before. We are going again this year in May. Yeah, so we're looking forward to that.
So you're all happy with life in Singapore. What's your favorite place you've seen so far?
You mean in Singapore or
On tour.
No, on tour.
on tour? Favorite place?
For me, it was Manchester.
Manchester.
Yeah.
What's in Manchester?
We
Because
really
you
like
don't-
the
you don't
straightforward
get to see-
signboards. Straightforward people. Everything's just straightforward there.
Street forward.
Straightforward. Like,
Straightforward.
Yeah, like down to the point kind of.
In your face.
Yeah,
Like-
but in a
like-
good way.
I don't want to make a travel report, but I'm asking you so much about Singapore. What you're really interested in at the moment? You say you're not really interested in politics. Or what makes you angry? Do you
What makes
write
me angry?
songs on tour?
No. We usually write songs after tours. I mean, we are back home, and whenever he has the free time, he will start writing the riffs and everything. And whenever he's ready, and we'll be ready as well.
Did you ever have to pay fines, like for spitting chewing gum?
Yeah, I got
or
fined for
something?
cigarette butts, throwing cigarette butts
yeah.
on the ground.
They have that in Britain now too.
Yeah. In Singapore, how
The
much
police
does
are
it?
undercover.
$300.
You won't even know they are there. They dressed up like you, and then suddenly when you throw the cigarette butts, and then they're like, you throw the cigarette butts and write you a ticket, and it's like 300. First fine, second fine 500, the third fine is 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so you don't have undercover police officers.
But your what's his name? Lee Kuan Ji?
Lee Kuan Yew?
Kuan Yew.
He did study in Harvard
Yeah,
in Britain.
yeah,
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
yeah. I read it. Yeah.
Nothing to do with us.
I don't. Not my problem.
Did he like? But you don't have any problems. Like, if there's fines for chewing gum or like spitting, how is that on concerts? Is that very like?
No, we got used to it. We got used to the way of the Singaporean way of life. We are, you can say that we are disciplined. Sometimes we see, like when we are on tour, we are in Europe. We are not used to this. We are not used to smoking in a venue. We never do that
Yeah.
in Singapore. We always smoke outside. We throw our cigarette butts where we should.
Yeah, yeah.
Because everyone thinks that Singapore is a very strict country, but we are okay with it because we are born there. We are sort of programmed from Singapore. So hence,
it's not a bad thing.
it's not bad. We are still standing here. I mean, we are still having fun and all that. So
It's just basically discipline.
it's just discipline. In Singapore, you have to be
Common sense. Yeah.
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there squats? Because you said you played in Berlin Kopi.
Kopi squad.
You
Yeah.
visited it. Is there places like that in Singapore?
No.
No, no such thing.
Unallowed in Singapore.
Never.
You'll be jailed.
Yeah. If you squat. Every properties in Singapore is either owned by the government or owned by someone rich, you know. So if you ever squat their place, they'll be sure to find out.
Squat your face.
Yes. And shit on it.
Yeah, you write in your songs a lot. You use lots of meteor things.
Yeah.
Because he likes meteors.
Yeah.
He learns about astrology and shit.
Yeah,
I love
really.
meteors.
Sometimes
Cool.
he uses a
Yeah,
telescope,
telescope and look.
and
So
he looks
sometimes the meteor
at
hits my
meteors
face.
and suns.
So, do you believe in aliens? Or
There's
I like
one show
physics.
called what is it?
Strange Thing.
Ancient Aliens.
Oh, Asian
Yeah,
aliens.
that thing is awesome. So
ancient aliens?
Yeah.
Ancient aliens, yeah.
it's a very good documentary kind of video.
Is that about aliens on the ground?
Aliens, all sorts of underground, mid ground, above ground, whatever ground. But I don't know. It seems like it's real, but it's hard to tell. So 50-50.
I know, because I really like physics too and astronomy, but it always seems to be like there is no, so far since you haven't seen there can't be at least a conspiracy, and then you search. Have you ever seen one?
I've never seen one before. I wish I did though. That would be cool, but I've never seen one before. Yeah.
What else?
Sorry.
Promote your new album. Promote your tour, your album.
We have our new album Voices out last year, and we are basically touring for that album, and we are heading towards the end of the Europe tour. I think 4 more shows, and right after that we'll be back home again, just a little bit of rest, and we are heading to the US tour in May. So that's basically it for the year, I think. So hopefully there will be no last minute plannings of another tour this year, so we'll see.
On Dark Lyrics, the lyrics aren't released yet for your latest album, Voices. So what's the first song you're gonna start with tonight? Do you have a set list or something?
Yeah, we do. But the first song we're going to play is basically the first track on the album. So yeah, it started off from there.
Okay,
Yeah.
buy it.
Cool, thanks, man.
Sound. Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell to Berlin? Anything?
Berlin, we are here. Get your ass here. And
Probably will be too late.
Probably too late. Now is what time? And
You should have been here.
you should have been here. It's awesome, I think. So that's about it. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, Wormrot had a filmmaker with them, and after the interview I got a chance to talk with him too. So here we go.
Yeah, but how do you define that DIY ethic in Singapore?
I think, I mean, I can't speak on behalf of the band, but
Yeah.
generally from what I observed so far, I think there's a lot of assistance that you get from various mediums, you know, to help out the arts community and all. But to be honest, I think they're going to try, you know, the old manual path of actually just doing it themselves and carving a name, you know, as compared to like, you know, there could be a whole slew of like mainstream artists that, you know, they're quite guilty of working with, you know, how do you say,
Record, like
management, or you know, like as part of Singapore as a cultural arts export, you know, there are linkages. It's quite common to see that, and these are one of the few acts that sort of just carve their own path by themselves, you know, and not.
And they make it rather a statement, or is that, hey, if I'd be invited to Southwest, I'd
No,
surely
I think they just sort of carve their own path, and you know, they don't wait on handouts or, you know, of any assisted scheme. Yeah, so I mean, they just did it by themselves. They fished out, you know, the opportunities by themselves. The classic way of sending demos in, and just a manual path.
How big is the grindcore scene in Singapore?
I am definitely not a spokesperson for that, but I think since their existence, it has definitely like cheered on a bigger community and more interest in that. Typically, it would normally rest in Indonesia, where you see a lot of punk and DIY ethic.
Yeah.
But I think wormrot was, don't take it from me, but from what I see, it did expand upon the community.
As a journalist,
Yeah.
can you tell me something, like a comment about Singaporean media, and is there any restrictions? You have like you don't have a firewall or anything, or people like, is it very conservative, or?
I would say it's
It seems like a bit like America.
yeah, it's definitely not in any measure relative to China, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But it still has a long way to go, but I think it's at a good place, you know what I mean? I think unless it's messages of particularly strong, how do you say it? Yeah,
So you have is it that you have it's a good mixture between the states and
and just general coverage.
yeah.
Yes, I think it is, but I think if you view it on parameters of saying Western media and liberalization of it, it's probably eons away, but it's definitely eons away from China too. It's in this in between, you know what I mean? Because Singapore is a relatively young nation, still finding its voice. But I think a good way to put it is that I think half of its policies are pretty Eastern-based and half of its policies pretty Western-based. And because you're balancing both sides, because Singapore generally politically is quite nice. It's a trading port, so you have to be good to the east.
Yeah, it's the biggest port ever.
It is. So because of that, it also balances a fine wire, because if you walk down the Singapore street, you can see some Japanese theme malls, whereas on the other hand, you can see American theme malls, and the type of franchises you see are really kind of half east meets west.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on top of that, we are all English enabled, so we are probably the most internationally friendly Asian nation, of the lot.
It looks really cool. Basically.
It's alright. It's good for a weekend. It's a good starting point if you're traveling to the region, and then from there you branch out. Yeah. So if you're considering, that's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah, take it
Thank
easy.
you.